Hi everybody, it's Allie from Chibitronics. Today we're going to be making a fun lit up reindeer card, all in the name of the holidays. I've already prepared the front panel of our card, and we're going to start by mapping out where our lights are going to go. So I've already kind of pre-cut our little reindeer noses out there. I'm just going to go in and trace those holes to the circuit building surface here. And I'm going to do one more, and we're going to light up that little ornament as well. So I'm going to indicate where that is on the inside. And then this line is kind of where our switch is going to be. So let's plan out our circuit. First of all, we're going to trace our new launch pad batteries. They're kind of a funky, they're a boomerang shape. So I'm just going to indicate that on my surface. Then we're going to take our fabulous ruler here, and we're going to mark out all of our LED light stickers. We're going to start with the two heart-shaped. Those are our red and white fade stickers. And then we're going to map out the three original style LED light stickers with our handy little stencil. Tracing those out, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to overlap the two at the top there. Next, we're going to map out all of the lines of our circuit. So I'm kind of starting in the top right-hand corner, right around where the switch is going to be located. And I'm starting with a blue pen indicating a negative side of the battery. So I've taken that line all the way down to the negative side of our launch pad battery. And then I'm going to connect all of those negative points of all of our stickers. And I'm going to connect those up to the switch as well. And then we're going to add that fifth one in there. And that will be the negative side of our circuit. And now we're going to complete the positive side. This one isn't as complicated because it's pretty much just a straight line connecting all of those positive sides of all of those stickers. And a couple more lines to finish it off. And we have everything mapped out and ready to go. Let's put on our conductive fabric tape. I'm going to cut this first piece because it's actually sitting underneath a sticker. You don't necessarily have to cut pieces. You can allow that conductive fabric tape to go around the corners just like that, where you're just bending it back on itself. And then you're going to just peel the backer off and it's going to stick to your surface. You can also substitute this for our fabulous copper tape as well. But in this case, I'm just going to use our fabric tape. And it cuts really easily with a pair of scissors. Just pressing that all down to make good contact with the paper. And then we're going to do the negative side. And it's... it's being a challenging piece of tape today. And we're going to go all the way up and making sure that I have a gap in that switch area. That's why my tape is not connected, because that is where we're going to complete the circuit by pushing the switch, and that will allow all the lights to activate. So again, we're just using those mapped out lines to follow along with our conductive fabric tape. And I'm just bending it back on itself to do any joints. I'm trying to maintain at least a single layer of tape if I can. You don't have to. And we have one last little turn there and one piece to catch that final sticker at the bottom. And let's apply some vellum to the back of our card just to block out a little bit of that background showing through, and it'll help diffuse the light as well. So it's easier to put a single panel of vellum, but you could just put it over those 4 holes. Now let's make a little mini switch. So I've taken just a piece of cardstock, I've put a little bit of a score line in it, and I'm covering one side with the conductive fabric tape. So I'm just putting a few on, that way I know 100% my surface is conductive. And then I'm going to take a piece of score pal tape, just regular sticky tape, and put it on the other side of that score line. And then we're going to just find its happy place. We're going to peel off the backer on that tape and apply that switch, so then when you press it down, it completes the circuit. All right, we're going to put in our stickers. We're going to start with our red fade. These are animating LED stickers, so they actually make some kind of change. We're going to put in our regular red LEDs. These are the triangle shaped stickers, and these two are going to actually overlap. You can do that. They are conductive on both the front side of the sticker and the back side. And there's our third red LED. And now we're going to kind of adhere our Launchpad battery in with some conductive fabric tape patches. It's just easier just to grab these because they're already pre-cut and ready to go. A little test run. And our white light at the bottom and our red light there, they're fade in and out. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on just to pull the surface of my card up to the same surface as my Launchpad battery. They have a little bit of girth to them, so I need a little bit of foam tape to bring up the top part of my card above that battery line. All right, here she is. All decked out, ready to go. Okay, we're going to turn out the lights and have a peek. And we're going to press the switch, which is under the ho-ho-ho. And there we go. We have 5 little reindeer. And 4 of them have red noses. One has a glowing red nose. And that cute little ornament at the bottom is all ready to go. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe.